Am I wrong for saying don't have kids? Find out the answer. Thank you for tuning in. This is Left Side of the Brain, and this is the United Souls Network. Like, share, and subscribe. And we will be back to you after this intro. Once again, thank you for tuning in. This is Left Side of the Brain. Okay, we already presented the question. Now, here comes the answer. But before we give the final answer, I just want to give my take on the subject matter. And we're going to, talk about it. And then we're going to come to the conclusion. I would love to hear your input as well in the comment section below. Now, you probably heard me already make a conclusion, but we're going to remix this, and maybe left side was wrong, but we're going to see, okay? So, am I wrong, or is it wrong to have kids, and should we not have kids? I mean, we all understand that we exist in the HPB realm, but I've been doing some contemplating and thinking about this whole subject. And, when I sat back and I analyzed life, I said to myself, we are nothing but machines. And our purpose on this planet is to make money. And when we have sex, the only thing we do is reproduce other machines. So, in a nutshell, we were put here to make money and to reproduce, to make other machines with the purpose of making money. Now, from a simple, logical angle, that's what it boils down to. Now, that is only true to a person who does actually contemplate and think about things, like myself. Like when you peel back every onion layer and you think about life itself, nothing that you enjoy in life can be enjoyed without money. That's how they made it. That's how it is. And, from a thinking person's point of view, after you strip everything down to the nuts and bolts of what it is, I mean, that's just what it is. And, somebody can say, oh, you can live off the grid. But check this out. Nothing in life is free. Even getting sleepy is not free. Sleep is not even free. Because you had to work to get tired in order to go to sleep. Your body had to do a certain amount of work for you to get sleepy, to go to sleep. The only thing that's free in this world is waking up. And that's not even guaranteed. Waking up is the only free thing, and that's not even guaranteed. So, looking at everything for what it is, those would be the pros of why someone wouldn't, want to have a child. Now, what are some of the, those would be some of the cons why someone wouldn't want to have a child. So what could be some of the pros as to why someone would want to have a child? Now, the first thing that comes to mind is a person who want to have a child, it boils down to this. They haven't thought about things deep enough to even come to a conclusion far as the cons that we just spoke about of why you shouldn't have a child. So one of the pros why someone would want to have a child would be because they are programmed and they feel like that's in their best life interest. You see, most people who don't understand the information we teach, in their mind, having a child is fulfilling a destiny. You see, because their entire life is attached to the physical realm. So they see themselves as humans with reproductive organs. So they feel like they were predisposed to having children. They feel like they have to because, like, you got a mouth and it's made to eat food. They feel like because we have sexual organs, it's in my destiny. It was predestined that I have children. Okay? So these type of people, they see one of the pros for having kids is fulfilling a destiny from God. Okay? Another pro for having kids in the eyes of most people, this thing right here, and you've heard it a lot. I want to carry my name. I want to live out my name through my children. So vicariously, they want to live their legacy through their kids. They understand that, everybody understands that one day you will die. So they feel like if I don't leave no kids behind, I'm going to be forgotten about. So I got to leave kids behind in this world. That's another reason why people feel like they need to have kids. A third reason would be because some people feel like, it's their duty to maintain the world as it is. They feel like if I don't have kids, then the world is going to die out. They love family and they love company. They got a fear of being alone, so that can be another reason. A fourth reason would be some people just want to have kids because they feel like one day I'm going to get old. Who's going to take care of me? I don't want to be put into a rest home. So I need kids to look out for me if my body breaks down and, I'm not at 100% health. I would rather my children look out for me versus some people in a rest home, some CNA I don't even know. They might, abuse me. All type of things comes to mind. So those would be some of the pros why people would, desire to have kids. Now, the question now is, do they have a worthy list of reasons? Now, I feel like this. To each his own, For somebody who feel like they just have to have kids, I feel like go for it. But you gotta really know what it is you are getting into. Now, most people that desire to have kids, they haven't thought about the greater perspective of what it really details. Because you live in a world where the same way you had to work, your children they're going to have to work. They're going to be faced with the same problems and issues that you were faced with. And if you thought about, I'm going to have kids because one day I'm going to die, then guess what? What you think your kids, what's going to happen to them one day? So whatever it was that took you out of the physical, it's going to take them out of the physical. And here's another thing. Well, you can put this on the cons list. Another reason why someone like I'm not going to even say like myself. I'm going to leave this objective. No, I'm not going to put my personal input until the end. Put it that way. Another reason that someone on the other side of, for not having kids, they might say, well, I don't want to see no one crying for me because I saw my parents die and I didn't want to, the hurt that it entailed, like going to a funeral. So someone on the other side, they may say, that's my reason for not want to have kids because I don't want to leave hurt behind because we all going to die one day. So for the person who desires to have kids, something like that, they will put it in the back of their mind. It's like one of those things they don't even want to speak about. But that is a reality. If you live long enough and if you have kids, somebody is going to see somebody die. Somebody is going to be crying a river. Somebody is going to be participating in somebody's funeral. I mean, it is what it is. Now, I'm the type of, well, I'm not gonna say me. So for somebody on the other side, they may have the type of heart of, I don't want to see nobody suffering emotionally for me. And one of their reasons might be because that would be me being selfish. Because once I die, I'm not going to be suffering and crying for me at a funeral. I'm dead and gone. So how could I consider myself being a unselfish person if I have kids, knowing I'm going to be leaving hurt behind? Hurt, pain, because somebody going to be crying at that funeral. You know? And somebody that's like, oh, well, that's true, but they'll stop at that. Yo, that's true, but what? They'll have nothing else to say after the but, because they know the person would have been speaking the truth. And you know, that's why the people who are for having kids, we can't even put them in the category of the deep thinkers. Because a deep thinker, what they think about, they act upon it. It's not just an idle, it's not just in vain. They don't think in vain. They think and apply, you know, themselves to what they came up with. For instance, like this channel. Everything that I speak about, I live it out. If I spoke about it, I'll give you the instructions on how to live within this HPB realm. I just don't speak about things and then throw away the lessons. You see, but a person who desires to have kids, they will think about it, but throw it away and still have kids. So those are some of the, now I could have left out some points. That's why I said leave comments in the comment section below. But those are some of the pros and cons from both sides of the fence as to why we should have kids and why we shouldn't. Okay? Now, this is what y'all been waiting for. Drum roll. Was left side of the brain wrong? I'm talking to myself when I said I don't want to have kids. Is that the right frame of mind? Is that positive thinking, or is that me being selfish by not choosing to leave behind kids? Here goes the answer. Now, I know y'all waiting. Here's the answer. Hell no. I don't change my position, because as a human being who discovered that I was living inside of the HPB realm, it would be literal blasphemy. Blasphemy. Do y'all hear me? I know y'all was like, man, please, left side, don't turn your back on us. Please don't go back. Hey, it would be blaspheming for me to have a child in this world. It will be blasphemy to all of the things I've taught about on this channel. It will be blasphemy for me to go back on all of those teachings, because my child is my insights that I have every day. I repeat, my child is the insights that I have from day to day. And the worst punishment you could do to a person is to place them in the HPB realm. I repeat, the worst punishment that you can do to a soul is to place it in the HPB realm. Why would I call myself a loving person who has a love for kids and then place them in a prison world? Why would I give them a false sense of freedom when I can just not even have them and they can remain in the world of true freedom? Why place them in an illusion world just to tell them that it's an illusion world and then have to teach them how to navigate through the illusion world? When it's a chance, they could take on more of the characteristics of their parent, of their mother. What if she is a HPB? Just like the majority of females happen to be. It's no way out of that. If not all of them. If not all of them are HPBs. Because the doorway into a house is connected to the house through the hinges, the screws. So if a woman has the birth canal, she is connected to the very house that you enter. Do y'all understand me? So why would I go out then and purposely get with the doorway that's connected to the prison called the HPB realm and reproduce with the door that's connected to the building? Do y'all hear me? Do y'all hear me? So the only way is by not having kids. Is the only way I stay 100% sure that I didn't sell out myself. Because having kids, that's a byproduct of yourself. That's why when a man have kids and he don't take care of his children, you sold yourself out. Because that's a byproduct of you. Those kids carry 23 of your chromosomes. That's right. So I don't even want that burden. And another thing, when you connect it to a HPB female by way of having kids, they control you. Remember, she is the door connected to the house. A door does what? It shuts. It shuts. And guess what? A door can't turn. A door shuts, right? And it can only open up to about 90 degrees. So what that means? She'll never be able to go the entire 360 degrees with you. Have y'all noticed that? It's a point because she's a door. When you open up a door, it opens up to 90 degrees. She'll never go 360 degrees with you. That's why when you're talking to women, it's always this wall you hit. You know that wall I'm talking about? You hit that wall, and if you push the conversation past that wall, she's going to turn on you. You're going to say something, and she's going to get angry. That's why a lot of men, they get with women, and they know in the conversation, if you say certain words, it's going to spoil your chances of sleeping with her. You say one thing that shows you have a grain of salt worth of intellect. In her mind, that's going to be like, oh, he got a grain of salt of intellect that can destroy the HPB realm. Because women, they need a man that can raise the kids to be little HPB dummies. That's why they won't sleep with you if they figure out you got a soul, because not only do they want a man that can take care of them, they also want a man that's not going to raise the kids to not be HPBs. You get it? They want the kids to be HPBs. That's why they get with materialistic men and, men that can't think beyond the HPB realm. You get my point? So those are some of the reasons why I have not changed my point of view on this subject. Tell me what y'all think about this video below. Add your flavor to it in the comment section below. And until we do it again, this is Left Side of the Brain signing out. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. I really did. I really enjoyed making this. And until we do it again, Jaguars up, HPB's down. Y'all need to get back on ordering the merch. I'm gonna leave the link to the shirts and everything in the comment section below. Yeah, because I plan to start wearing my shirts during the videos and stuff so I can you know, advertise the new brand. I got a new brand out called Beyond Purpose, but we're gonna get that popping during this summer. But yeah, tell me what y'all think about it in this comment section below. This is Left Side of the Brain signing out. Jaguars up, HPB's down.